Let's talk about GLP-1s. They're all over social media. They're all over our TV. We're seeing the commercials, the advertisements, whether you're on Instagram, Facebook, they're everywhere. There are several medications that are FDA approved for weight loss. GLP-1s are just one of those categories. There are also many places where you can get these prescriptions. You can get them from your family physician, you can get them from an online platform, or you can choose to see a specialist in weight loss, such as myself here and our team at BMI of Texas. One of the things I think is important is, what do you expect to achieve from your care? So everybody's different, everyone's unique in their needs, and it's not a one size fits all. Some of these kind of mill programs where they just write prescriptions and send them in, the burden is left on the patient to kind of navigate, what are the side effects? How do I navigate through these side effects? What is my expected weight loss? How are you managing, the entire picture? And that's where it can be very different in an online platform versus coming to see someone like myself. So when I am approaching a patient who's struggling with their weight, one of the things I like to look at is a complete history. So starting back to their younger days through when they began to gain weight, what are some of the secondary things that we need to look at, whether it's medications from weight gain or different life events, social things that happen to people. There's too many factors to just say, okay, this is the prescription for you. I like to get to know my patients, and I approach it as a family-centered issue because it's not just the person coming to see me in the chair that needs to lose weight. A lot of times it's a complete family that's sitting down to dinner. So we can't just expect patients to serve one meal for themselves and cook 4 other meals for the rest of the family. So I like to really understand who's involved in supporting the patient that's in front of me. I think the other thing to consider is, what's going to be the best product for what we're treating. So for example, if you have secondary medical issues like cardiovascular disease, if you've had a history of a stroke, if you've got kidney disease, those are all great indications for prescribing a GLP-1. And online is probably good for some people if you're, busy and on the go, but I really do fully believe that you'll get more out of your care if you have a practitioner like myself, where I know you, I know your kids' names, I know how your job impacts your decisions for what you're going to eat through the day, how you're going to exercise, how is your sleep, what are your hormones looking like. There's just too many things to take into account making your treatment plan for a patient that can't always just be done in a quick online visit. In a nutshell, GLP-1s can be prescribed by lots of different people, and I think it's fantastic. I really applaud all the healthcare practitioners out there that are finally on board with recognizing obesity and overweight as a disease, doing their best to treat it. But there can be some little nuances and where you need a specialist, someone that this is all we do every day. We are just focusing on metabolic and bariatric weight issues. Hopefully, we would love to see you here at our clinic. I'm accepting new patients and happy to be back and part of this wonderful team here.